another Scooby Doo fanfic. ComicsNix Scooby Doo fanfic. Not happy. Not happy at all. I mean, the creator had chosen a few fanfics for me to do this season before she had gotten quite a few requests from you viewers. And she ended up getting rid of one of the stories because that was another ComicsNix story, and she's having me do this one instead. But yes, I have to do this, and I already know that the next story is from Eurocat. I don't know what the story is yet, but it's from Eurocat. And then there's the requests themselves, which she already warned that one of the requests is a FanFic Critic story, not written by Milo Kitty, surprisingly. It's from someone else entirely. So that's going to be coming up. Not immediately, though. But yes, thrilled. Very, very thrilled. Scooby Doo and the Trip of Lust. Oh, bloody hell. I guess you wanted me to revisit ComicsNix because of, you know, me doing episode 140 of the original web series, re-uploading it for her, which turned out to be a colossal waste of time. I mean, to me, I feel like it's a colossal waste of time. But she's like, hey, well, I was going to make you do it anyway because that episode needed to be broken up into parts. But the initial reason why she was having me do it was because, as far as she was aware, the original episode had been muted. But now it's not muted anymore. But I digress, it doesn't matter, I've already done it. Meg's still not aware yet. Oh boy, I probably should tell her. But at this rate, it's like... I don't know. At this rate, I'm just waiting for her to, say something to me. And I think I will know when she knows. Yes, I've been not sleeping very well since doing that. You know, it was like last week that I did that, actually. So I'm a little, yes, been having a few unsettling dreams. I mean, aside from that, I'm mentally fine. It's just, you know, unsettling dreams. But I'll be fine. I'm not, you know, regressing, so there's that. But here we are, doing another ComicsNix story. So, it's obviously called Scooby Doo and the Trip of Lust, because I already mentioned the title. Here's the description. In the middle of a road trip at Jamaica, in Jamaica, Scooby's gang gets involved into a plot of lies, self-loathing, and personal discoveries. I'm not going to be high as a kite this time, but I did get myself some stout. Not enough to get drunk, just enough to get me through, and this isn't even strong anyway. I don't drink heavily like I did when I was younger, thank bloody Christ. It's amazing what I could tolerate back then. I haven't had this brand before, it's rather good. So, a note from ComicsNix himself. Oh wait, I didn't say what the rating is for this story. Oh, what a shock. It's rated M. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? It's friendship adventure. The word count is 3,900 words. 210 reviews. 35 faves. 16 follows. And it was published back in April of 2010. Charming. Now, the author, his note, his comment. Hi people, long time ain't it? Not long enough. This story is my first action romance flick since Batman in the Bowels of Hell. I did a lot of romance and drama stories lately, but wanted to return to some action. Hope you like, and there will be more on the way, and the way is not a word. You need to separate those two words. It's bloody Christ. Let's just get this done and over with. Scooby Doo and the Trip of Lust. That was a cloud and stormy night. What? That was a cloud and stormy night. Are you supposed to be saying it was a cloud and stormy night? I think it's supposed to be cloudy and stormy night. Kind of like making fun of the generic, it was a dark and stormy night. Christ. The Scooby Doo's mysterious ink car was moving at slow speed. Oh my god, the grammar is atrocious. The spelling and grammar is so bloody atrocious. Because there were bananas in the street. Rain was pouring down knives of water in shape of diamonds because that land was new to then. That makes absolutely no sense. Yes, it was Kingston City in Jamaica Island. The earth of Bob Marley and Stevie Wonder. The earth of Bob Marley and Stevie Wonder. They were there in a trip of holiday. The Mystery Inc. got plenty of money latery, because of recent voodoo attacks in New Jersey. So with money they got to they went to Jamaica. This day in particular is special. It's the Mardi Gras Carnival in Kingston, so our heroes are going there to party and see cleaverages of women. Scooby is especially happy because now he is in another country so he can abuse his other women without being arrested. Who wants to bet this is going to have bestiality? Fred was driving the van. Daphne was at his right side and Velma at Daph's side. Scooby and Shaggy were in the back of the van. Hey Scoob, do you wanna Scoob Snarks? That was atrocious. Deal with it. Asks Shaggy in the moving van to the big Dutch dog named Scooby Doo. Yada, yada. Do I want it, old pal? Answers Felicity the dog. Felicity. With shaking rabies in his butt. Hey, at least I make an effort to do voice acting and actually be animated when I do this web series. Rewatching episode 140 and my read-through of all those stories was so atrocious. I was just like, blah 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 blah. It was like, emote, younger me, emote. Christ. Here, eat all the booby shaker, you deserve it! And Shaggy throws the knacks to Scooby Mouth because it's a reward for eating evil voodoo priests in Old Jersey. I will say, at least in the Batman and Superman story that had Inspector Gadget, the grammar and spelling was a bit better than that. This is like almost illegible. As the car moves, Fred can't help but feel pain in the butt. Daphne, could you scratch my buttocks? They itch. Daphne looked Fred's pants and saw he was horny, so she negated. No, you don't deserve my attention. Your intentions are bad-shaped. And she put herself to rest. Daphne got very prissy lately. After doing her second abortion, she knew her life had to change, and the first to go was Freddy casual sex she had with him. Or you can wear protection, use birth control. Well, then again, this wasn't a... No, that stuff existed back then. Or at least condoms did. She couldn't really have sure if he was the father of her 2 aborted babies, because Freddy sleep with many women. How would it matter if... What do you mean by that? If it was you sleeping with multiple men, that would be one thing. But if it's just Are you trying to imply that their eggs got, like, inserted into you instead? That just... no, that doesn't make any sense at all. Of course he would be the father if he's the only person you're sleeping with. Oh, bloody Christ. Bloody Christ. Oh, Fred. Oh, it's supposed to be Velma. Oh, Fred. Let's do that again. Jinkies. 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 I'm Velma. Does Velma talk like this? I don't know. I haven't watched Scooby Doo in ages. Oh, Fred, said Velma, the hot chicken in black flamed glasses. Let me help you. And she moved her hand to appease Fred's pain. No! Cried the blonde Boy Scout, slapping the nerdy girl's hands with his pale, nail-crusted fingers. Velma became utterly sad. She always have been the black canary of the group. Always ignored, always shit-chatted in the back. If Daphne spoiled the plan, who got the poop in the face? Velma. If the villain scapade, ho let him goes. Valuma. Can you just say Velma? It was always her. The mistrusted, the butt sect. No one gave a shit to her, so she vomited in her legs. Lovely. Ah! Cries Daphne, disgusted with the puke that spilled inside her mouth. Why is it... Why is it going inside her mouth? Was Daphne, for some odd reason, in between Velma's legs? Damnation, Velma, you did it again. Now the car will smell like ostrich arses. What? Cries the impotent Fred, almost losing control of the car to the will of the bed smell. Vomit splashed all over Velma's laps, her breasts, the ground, Daphne's titties, and Fred's boobies. Shaggy and Scoob, that were smoking the crack in the back van, stood up to look. They laughed. Ah! You three really got fucked up there in front, won't you, you bastards? Well, that made absolutely no sense. Says Shaggy, with Scoob slobbering to the vision of that delicious pool of steaming rotten vomit at Velma's lap. This is person allergic to the word in. They puked flu fried chicken from yesterday was all mishmashed with werewolf cum because Velma got raped by one last month. I think it would be gone by now. Werewolves cum usually stay forever in the stomach of the blowjobber. Okay, if she was giving the wolf a blowjob, that wouldn't be, unless he was forcing her to, I suppose it would be. After a bad suck night, but because werewolves are allergic to hormone-injected chicken, the cum got out. Damn, Shagoo, you could at least help us here, says Freddy, who got vomit splashed on his moldy hair. He uses a dreadlock now, so he don't wash it, and the hair rusted, turning red. Okay, said Shaggy. Scooby, you know what to do. Oh, God. And Scooby jumped to the front seat over Velma's lap. Ugh, bloody Christ. Ark, you stepped on my pussy, you retarded dog, cried Velma, punching the Dalmatian on the nose. He's not a Dalmatian. He's a Great Dane. He sneezed and snot flied on her face. Bloody Christ. I really hope no one's eating while I'm reading this. Okay, Scooby, now show your balls got big, said Shaggy, and Scooby started to lick and swallow the puddle of vermin infested vomit on Velma's lap. Ugh. He ate it on a pullover sweater, and then on the pale stocking-covered legs. Then he moved... Of course he's going to move to the bloody... Fucking busy holiday! This thing is coming on. Bestiality! What? Stop, Scooby! You will lick my hymen! But Scooby didn't hit. He continued, till he found a shinny panties of Neddy Hunkalass's poultry girl. It was very sad that the puke excrement entered the pussy. Oh my God! And a piece of undergarment was on the way, in. Christ! If you're gonna make me read this, can you at least have it be grammatically and spelling correct? Why is it so hard? Christ. Bloody Christ. So Scooby prepared his jaw and knack. He slaughtered the panties with one bite. Sadly for Velma, he savaged her vagina, plucking her labia majora from its place, exposing raw, tumor-filled flesh to the marijuana-infested air. But a hymen isn't. It would not be if he just like completely destroyed her private parts. Her hymen would not be magically. Do you even know where the hymen is, ComicsNix? Do you even know where that is? Get a girlfriend and take a look. Oh God, I can't believe I just said that. Right then, let's continue. And that's what matters. God damn it, Scooby! What the shit fuck you did? Cried Ferd. Oh, Christ. Very gallowed in maggots that grew inside his rat nests he calls hair. Fred is getting very tired and the fuel on the car is reaching its final laments. If they don't reach Kingston till the night, rude boys will fuck their asses with bamboo pipes. Asses. ComicsNix, please tell me you're not a fellow Brit. Oh, for Christ's sake, he probably is. He keeps saying asses and not asses. So he probably is. Scooby, actually, with all that licking and sniffing, really started to feel something different in his body. He never felt like that, because he never approached a woman so near before. And he's a virgin too. Didn't you just say, in the beginning of the story, that he liked to molest women? The voyages and tribulations with the gang have been cruel to his natural emotions. Can't stand in one place, grow a family, raise kids, always running from ghosts, debunking charlatan cocaine inhalers, and having to watch the same old bullshit Penn and Teller reruns. Life ain't easy for that sheep hunter, never was. Christ, I overscrolled. There we go. His loyalty to Shaggy was what maintained his instincts quietly in the place of elves. What? Never boner acquiring and never humping good high-kneed bare lady legs. But after these events told here by you, by me, myself, his animalistic size apertured dong woke up. Of course it did. And the first signs of inner life inside of that old swinging dick had risen up. Of course it did. And the blood clot started to flow inside his vein and mauled penis. Of course it did. Arf, arf, boxed Scorbs. Velma, your pussy smells like macaroni. Bloody Christ. Bloody Christ. Bestiality. I just... And Scooby started to lick it profoundly, mixing his lubed spit with tumor-tainted blood, chicken-filled vomit, and carnivorous fetid gonorrhea that emerged from Velma's pulsating vulva. Daphne was shocked. That bestial animality was so utter disgusting that her old psychic wounds have reopened again to torment and plaything with her ludicrous mind. She moved her puke-covered right hand to her vagina. Why? And started to masturbate, or else she would snap and all of the treatment she's been doing would get cancelled results. To help with the masturbation, because she don't want to lust over Scooby because he's a friend. He's a dog! You don't want to be lusting after dogs! Christ! Daphne grabs an issue of Playgirl starring Steve Buscemi. Fred kept driving because it was stormy night, and if he looks the sex, the car crashes, so he masturbates mentally. Meanwhile, Velma, visibly distraught, utters and howls with a cicerone's loud voice. "Stop it, Scoobies! You will unvirgin me!" I think that's already been done. "And I'm keeping my hymen for my first boyfriend." But she don't have any. Stop. After some licks, Scooby stopped. He felt bad taste in mouth. Velma, don't clean pussy because it's against religion. Oh my God. At least the other ComicsNix stories that I read when I was high was not as disgusting as this. Ugh. Oh, Scorbus, said Velma, moaning like a koala. Thank God you stopped. I felt I was starting to like it, and it's not good for our friendship. Scooby agreed, so he lifted his penis and inserted it full frontal inside Velma's moronic vagina. What was he doing before? Oh, yes, he was licking it, I guess. Ah! She cries as a ball of pubic hair gets inserted inside her. She don't shave so it accumulates and get forest. The Scooby Dong's penis is erectile and goes in and out of Velma, putting an end to her Virgin Mary sex with pagan prince, but the ass is intact as the bats of blood get expelled from Velma's violated vagina. Shaggy gets a boner. Of course he does. He pulls down his panties, revealing the moistened maroon cock. Why is it maroon color? He prepares himself because he want to participate in polyamorous frugal party. So the configuration is this. Fred driving, Daphne masturbating to his right, Velma being penetrated by Scooby to Daphne's right. Shaggy decides to jump to the front seat. Because he's tall, he opens up the top of the van ceiling, turning into convertible. So he rubs his cock a bit and get it warm and ready, picks a pot cigarette and crawl a bit. Then he dip his cigarette inside Velma's virginity blood, then lights it. Tasty. And then ready to go, he shoves his tuberous cock inside Scooby's mouth. The Dutch dog, Great Dane, is gotten with surprise, but he likes a lot and licks and sucks with very deliciously. Shaggy then seats on Velma's face because he is tired and his butt need rest. Velma is a bit consterned and lose a bit of breath. She screams to Shaggy in a stuffy voice. And Shaggy hears because he is a fartist. Oh no, you're not gonna do what I think you're gonna do. One who have complete control over his... Milo Kitty, did you borrow this for your stupid story about me bapping? He starts to expel fresh He starts to expel fresh fluid thoughts over Velma's face so now she can breathe. If it's fluid, she won't be able to bloody breathe because it's fluid! Is she a fish? Does she have gills? No, she doesn't. Then she would drown! Oh! Thanks, Velma. Now she can enjoy Scoob Boy's Chant Cree overridden penis and shaggy pimple-covered butt-farting ass. They used ass that time instead of... Even though Velma's neck is getting pressed by the heavy in-pot Shaggy's body, he is the first one who suffers because he must be arched so Scooby can suck his dick without having to flex the neck's muscle too much. A martyr... Oh wait, who's supposed to be talking here? Excuse me. Sorry about that, but I have been drinking. Who is supposed to be talking here, though? Is it supposed to be Shaggy? I'll just read this... I'll try to read it as Shaggy. I'm assuming it's Shaggy. A martyr one must have for the dick he shall lead. Already said the old poet Ron Jeremy. Velma, are you okay? Asks Fred, who is getting very needy this moment. It's ironic how, a mere moment ago, he was the fuck-it-all stallion who debauched and belittled the shy, big booty, blessed Velma Dickley. And now the payback is strong and the pretty pity boy now gets sensitively lonely in the dark corner of the car's drivers get after a night of beer and bones. However, every ills comes and good, because being ignored in democracy of lust often leads to the man seeking his surroundings, and that's wrath he do, because in that cold cloud night, through the rearview mirrors, Fred sees movement and a noise. Brum! Like a howling werecow in a sun-bathing loaned candy shop. Fred squeezes his eyes to see how it was. How it was. How it was. That's not how you spell who. And then, oh no, my fouling God! Damn, the Ruddy Boys! Screams Fred. Everyone getting in the fuckery gets alarmed. Shaggy prettily shoots. Fast, Scooby! Shoot come in their engines! But Velma intervened. Shaggy, cum shot does not work that way. And she turned her head again to inside of Shaggy's butt. The position of all three aren't many comfortable because the road have many holes, so every bump the car does. Scooby does a little bite on Shaggy's dong, who spurts blood of cafeteria. Velma on the oyster hand must stand with her neck the Shaggy butt weight, but she already knew the life of a wife is not simple. Good blowjobbers have strong necks. Yo mama, dude, stop that car and give us dat asses, cries one of the miscreants. They were in number of five. 2 on one motor bicycle, 2 in one placid running donkey jackass, and the leader, the one who screamed, on a motorcycle, because real leaders must show manhood. All of them had Molly dreadlockers, very filled with pinky red flowers. They were the Cotton Ruddy Gang, the most dangerous criminalia scum of the new Jamaican. They raped mannequins defiled old middle-class grannies and parked at disabled parking bays. They start to shoot maggots. Ah! Screamed Daphne while the maggots penetrated her nipples through the Milky Way. What? Fred, you must do something. And he does. He looks profoundly in the road ahead. I mean, they actually did use the word in, but they used it wrong. Oh, this is empty. I need to open the other one. Right then, we're barely halfway done with this story. Oh, Christ. Yeah, sorry about that. The downside about stouts is that they have a habit of exploding on you sometimes. I managed to stop it before it, got all over the place. I don't think Meg would appreciate it if I got beer all over her laptop. Right, where did I... Oh, yes. Right, okay, yes. And he does. In the road ahead. Okay, that's where I left off. It's a dirt very one, full of dirty and molten earth, like the countryside of Sicilia. By both sides of the van there is glasses very tall and green, full of lusting moths of cicerone. He must thinks very rapidly to not let get out the change. I'm beginning to wonder if ComicsNix wrote this when he was drunk. But the Rudy boys in the motor bicycle then jumps on the van, and they have bamboo pipes. Fred with fastly movementness drifts then van and make dangerously movement with car to throw Mad Rudy in the road, but they claw half for hands. The rudest starts to throw their own poo at the gang, contaminated with AIDS. Okay, I don't know who's speaking here. I'm just going to assume it's Shaggy. Fast, Scooby! Blow the shit! And Scooby blow the flying bowels molasses with his powerful lungs on the two Rudy faces. The dung splashes on both... Wait a minute. Did Scooby have the... Shouldn't it be coming out of his butt and not his... whatever. The dung splashes on both criminals' pocket noses, and they falls on the ground and explodes in a million homogeneous venereal diseases. I don't know who's speaking here. I guess I'll just be Fred. Holy goly! There is two them. And now it's time for the ones on the running jackass camel. I thought it was a donkey. The camel gets to stop by the side of the van to take then off the road. Yaggers! Cries Fred's with much density in his hands and losing control of the suffering Mystery Inc. van. With all that movement, Scooby shakes and his jaw closes on Shaggy's penis, almost amputating his manhood. But Shaggy is a hippie, so the power of rock saves him. Daphne is still masturbating, and with all the bumps and crashes on the car, she inserted her whole hand inside the vagina And yes, that is possible. This is a nod to younger Meg in her very first episode claiming that a hand could not fit up there. It can, and I'm not saying that from experience, I'm just saying that as a whole, because if you do the math, if a baby's head can come out of there, then a hand can fit up there. So there. Not that I've actually... Okay, I'm shutting up now. But the pussy is okay, because she trimmed her woman nails. The pussy and the vagina are the exact same... Bloody Christ, why am I giving logic to this bloody stupid-ass story? Velma is the one suffering most abuse, because mainly caused by Shaggy bursting asses pimples. The mucus of those red, round, floppy skin diseases gets entering her eyeballs and tainting her black framed glasses. It will need a polish, but not from Charlie Goldman. The car is almost getting out of the road. Fred is having a hard time to control the vehicle, but it keeps skidding on the cannabis plantation that cover that man-scentful country. But the gang's leader keeps the strong arm on the wheels. He knows how to deal with unexpected situation. In an act of virile masculinity, Fred moves the well faster and knocks the camel's toes, perforating the femoral bones from its head. The camel falls on the ground and goes on spinning like Mad Mary and throws the two ruddy ones on the van. This time Scooby is the one to act, and he slaps both boys with his many inches dong way, and they fly to the air very high, only to fall on the side of River Hallelujah, the river of joy, and they die. "Good, Scooby! Only one more left!" cries Fred, with gases and pooping in his trousers. Even though there's only one maniacal left, they are possibly disprepared. That one is the most viciously anally raping monster of all Dutch Jamaica. He never launches. He takes it all and swallows the pussy. That's why he's the leader. Worse than that, the car smell is horrified by all that vomit, clotted blood, and proliferating homophobic parasites. Most of the water containing inside these waste fluids got evaporated with the mad race to the life again's Rudy boys, so the vomit, blood, and poo impregnated on the skin and clothes of the Scooby gang, leaving an utterly abysmal stench of rotten elephant corpses humping with half-raped pregnant hyenas. What is wrong with this bloody ComicsNix? Velma can't even move her body because it's all covered with warm-baked vomit pap. At least she can't catch a cud or swag. Cold! Cold! You can't... C-O-L-D. You spelled could. You added a U, an unnecessary U. Christ! Or swine flu. But the worst is gonna come. The ruddy leader is approaching. His machine gun mounted on his motorcycle is readying its aim to the head of our heroes. What gang of Scooby is gotta do? Daphne, you must act. Now, raises the question Fred, and Daphne clearly knows what he talk about. No, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no! I cannot. She screams with yelled lungs. Yes, you must, Dapper, or else the gang get butt raped. Okay, I'm almost done. The gang look at her vomit-covered, fading pale skin. She blinks those emerald eyes with difficulty because pigeon poo stuck on her eyelashes. Oh wait, I skipped, I'm sorry. I skipped a paragraph. Okay, sorry, let's read the right paragraph. And she falls into tears of unglory. The destiny of the clique depends on her attitude towards animalistic fellatio. If she does it, if she, for only this moment, do what must be done to save every old people, all the therapy sessions, all the talks and self-discovery she did after abortion trauma would mean nothing. She thinks, oh lordy, why all it? Why you inflict more pain in my heart? Does I deserve to be a hooker to the fortune? This burden is all mostly self-traumatic. What shall I do? The gang looks at her vomit-covered, fading pale skin. She blinks those emerald eyes with difficulty because pigeon poo stuck on her eyelashes. But the will is there. Only a freed hand is needed in this moment of doubts. Because this moment of hesitation. Fred goes with his left moral hand to her shoulder, and then Scooby with his tongue, and Shaggy with his cramped hand of crack. Even the faulted Velma puts her hand on Daphne's boobies. Everyone is with her. Everyone. Show the love. Show that they will forever be by her side. Gang, says Daphne between tears of sorrow, but happy at the same time. I love you all, and I will never give up. And Daphne strongly reunite forces to do what must be does. Action Schwarzenegger Rambo music rolls. She jumps on the front seat and everyone stays again on position. Velma is at it already with face and ass. Shaggy straightens his dick inside Scooby mouth. Scooby shoved deeper in the dong inside Velma. And now Daphne crouches on the car's floor. She pulls off her skirt, revealing her limpidous ass. Fred puts thumb inside it, and she prepares the mouth and bites Scooby Doo's hairy nuts. Why? Yes, Daphne, battle cries Fred. Now go and suck these balls till they bleed the glory of America. The girl starts the fast swallowing movement, sucking, swallowing, and spitting out the Scooby ball sacks, so he has more than one. She repeats it at 1 hertz frequency and then accelerates to 30 hertz per second and going up. It's turning so fast the guys are now measuring it in horsepowers per second. She is a Michael Pelps of the ball-sucking sport, and now 300 HPV. Oh! Mounts Scooby-Doo with all that suckery on his void elements of pleasure. His dong juices are fermenting inside his pulsing dog nuts, and his eyeballs are rolling up in a ballet of convulsive, lustful gorgonopisa. Okay. Daphne, goes more. He is readying the cannon, utters Fred, giving straight for that girl to keep up the great Quinops ejaculations of Egypt. However, the ruddy boy leader already aimed the gun and he shoots. A plethora of cocaine crack-holding sacks covered with hobos' frozen sperm get fired at the gang with such lubricous speed, even Doc Helmet would have his brains melted by that furious display of Spartan zoophobia. Bloody Christ. I suppose someone's supposed to be talking here, but it's not in quotation, so I'm just going to read it in my normal voice. Fred, act fast. And he does. He moves the wells fast and starts to dodge every one of the shower of superlative malady-inducing projectiles. But it's all too much, and he can't keep this till forever. So he cries, "Fast, Scooby! Come!" Scooby is feeling the come. The cum coming very more, and his mouth is slobbering with ultimate luxury over Shaggy's swollen mega dick. But Shaggy is a coward man of principles. He feels his doggy companion cannot aim correctly his massive dong to shoot the Rudy bastard, and will doom all of them to a fate of eternal damnation in the cum pools of hell. So his bowels get loosened. Okay, I suppose she has his butt on her face again. "Ah, Shaggy!" cries in utterly desperation Velma, already feeling the tongue penetrating her nose. "You is pooping and..." Oh my God. Oh, bloody Christ. I'm trying to read this without puking. A buttery river of fumigating lava explodes out of Shaggy's orc ass, corrupting his anal flesh scars and washing Velma with a shower of malevolent colon cannonballs. They hit her and spread all over the gang's car with the power of thousands of megatons of hippopotamus fat asses. "Ah!" screams everyone, getting totally subdued by that stinky mass of black monk mojo. But Daphne, she maintained the flux of spit, and now reached over 170 horsepowers. Scooby Doo's balls are blackishly purple like a molten core of sun, and the lights like hot coal getting masturbated by thousands of horny gorillas. His climax arrives. "I'm gonna come!" screams Scooby. Daphne immediately gets out, giving the cue to Shaggy. Scooby, innermost fiend of heart. I'm assuming it's Fred speaking here. "Okay, Shaggy, shoot to kill!" And Shaggy gets a hold of Scooby's mighty power cannon and aim the invading ruddy leader. "Die, Americans!" screams the ruddy, and then, I guess he was supposed to be Jamaican, so I probably should have been doing a Jamaican accent, but you know what? I don't think I will. It's too late anyway. An eruption of white, mighty thunderball of dog cum explodes in the face of the ruddy boy, and launching him 1,000 miles into the outward starry sky of Bob Marley's land. The power of the fuck juice is so strong it disroots the dreadlock user's skin, making vaginal holes in the middle of his meta belly and trespassing through his poppy-filled brain, exploding him into a cataract, a bloody mess of guts of marijuana, poop-filled bowels, a shower of displeased ruddy body, waste, and sadly clamoring visceral walls over the Scooby Gang's Mystery Inc. van. And the Scooby Gang rejoice. They are all tired, and the car is all trashed, and Scooby's ass is corrupted. Fred's thumb got amputated by Daphne's anal contractions. Velma's lungs got filled with colon dweller's waste, and Scooby-Doo's balls evaporated. But they're all together. Everyone gets a seat in the middle of the cornucopia of descendants and blasphemy. Mystery Inc. engines are roaring still. Fred, look to the gas tank. It's half full, not half empty. It's the same thing. It's good enough, and they go to Kingston. No one say a word, but they knew that friendship is all that matters. The end. Oh, there's a prologue. After a long time, the gang went their way. An echo from the sky could be heard. It was the Rudy leader scream. His last words, "Damn meddling kids!" The end too. The author too. Hi people again. Liked. Ah ha ha ha. Ah ha ha ha. No. If so, tell me. I'm seriously thinking of doing a multi-chapter with these story. It will continue from where it stopped when they arrive at King's store. It could unfold even into a world-traveling trip through the most beautiful acorns of the beautiful plant Earth. If so, just review and tell me your feelings. Goodbye. The other story, Doomsday Womb, was better than this. I mean, that one... that one was definitely more legible. This one... It's just the thing with ComicsNix is that a lot of his stories... No. All of his stories... It's just nonsensical garbage like this. There's not much to say about these stories. They're just painful. And, like, I like how each story tries to have, like, a moral at the end. It's like there is no moral. I mean, it's... Christ. I mean, troll fics are popular. I don't know why they're popular. Probably just because of people liking the reactions of the people reading them. But this... this is not fun to read at all. It was bloody atrocious. Right. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to leave a like and leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'll greatly appreciate it. I'll see you on the next upload, which will be a Eurocat story. I'll see you then. Until then, cheerio. I should have completely changed out of this outfit, but it is what it is, I suppose. Hello, Meg. How's your mom? She's fine. So, what exactly did you review today? Well, the creator decided to, have me do a ComicsNix story today. Did she now? Yes, Scooby Doo one. It was, very incoherent, full of disgusting nonsense. You'll see for yourself when you watch it later, but, you know, typical ComicsNix. Are you alright, love? I don't know. Depends on you, I suppose. The fact that the creator decided to have you read a ComicsNix story after making you re-upload episode 140. So, you did say, Yes, Susan, I did. I wanted to tell you, Are you okay? I'm fine. I mean, I'm asking because this last week I've noticed that you haven't been sleeping very well. So are you okay? Well, I guess you can say that yes, haven't been sleeping that well. I was hoping that you didn't notice, but it's, you know, it's just been having a couple of unsettling dreams about back then, but, you know, aside from that, I'm fine. I mean, again, like I had said in the video, I was taken out of it because of, you know, seeing it from the viewer's point of view. Seeing it as a viewer is one thing, reliving something traumatic is quite another story. Ah, yes, memories are quite different. Again, I am sorry that I didn't tell you. Well, I really wish that you had. When did you, watch it? I've been watching them throughout the course of my work week. Oh. I'm just surprised that you didn't, say something to me sooner. I thought you were going to immediately, talk to me about it. I wanted you to come to me on your own. I didn't want to confront you. Well, if that was the case, I don't know if I would have told you. I mean, again, I was thinking about it, but I don't know, So, are you sure that you're going to be okay? But yes, I'll be fine. I did have a cup, well, I did get alcohol, and I did have a drink and a half while doing the review. Is the creator planning on having you do any more episodes today? No, she's not having me film anything else. I just was a bit lazy about changing out of the outfit. I figured I would tidy up down here, around the dishwasher, as you can see. But I figured I would tidy up a bit, and I might just save editing for a different day. Of course, she says that the episode doesn't have to be put up immediately, so we can take our time with it. So it's just the one episode today, so there's that at least. Is there anything else I need to know? Well, the next story she's gonna have me do is, a Eurocat story. Anything else I need to know? Well, she did warn me that that there's a request. It's not gonna be immediate, but there is a request of a FanFic Critic story, though she said it was not Milo Kitty or that other person named Rube, although supposedly he did write another story, but I don't think she's going to have us read that one. Okay, why not? Well, she did tell me about that one. Let's just say it's about, when I decided to go out and, teach those children a lesson for knocking you from your broom. Yeah, probably for the best to not, read a story about that. Yes. I'm actually surprised that the web show didn't show all that, to be honest. I don't see why it would. I mean, that would have involved the creator walking around her neighborhood, knocking on doors and saying, "Excuse me, can I borrow your children so I can spank them on my web show?" She'd land her ass in jail. No, you do have a fair point. I would imagine that would, yeah, you do have a fair point. It was probably for the best that it didn't show what happened. Although I am kind of curious about what the fanfic had said happened. Although there's really not much to it. Want me to order some takeout for tonight? Oh yes, I could go for that, love. Thank you, I appreciate it. There is still some beer in the fridge, by the way, if you want to have one too. Yeah, I think I can go for that, thank you. Right then. Are you mad at me for not telling you? I'm not mad at you. I'm a bit annoyed at you, yes, but I'm not mad at you. If anything, I'm mad at the creator. But there's really not much we can do about this now, can we? Although I will say in the future, tell me, okay? Thank you for understanding. And I promise in the future, I will tell you. It's just, you just get a bit, when it comes to the creator. Especially since she gave you, that tale. So, I just get a little bit nervous about telling you about some things because of how you might react. I get that. I definitely get that because, that's kind of how I was with you back when I did the web series. There's times that I didn't want to tell you what I was doing because of how you would react. Well, it's not the same with how I was back then, love. I was a jerk back then. It is funny, though, watching the old web series, because I have been rewatching some of the episodes. It's just how different we both were. Mostly me. I mean, you're different too, obviously. But not just because of the trauma I put you through, but, you know, you're definitely a lot more mature now, and, you know. But, you know, seeing how I was back then, it's just very, it's very jarring. Like, even my read-through in that episode, I mean, I was very stiff and not animated at all, compared to how I am now. At least now I try to do voice acting and give the character some personality, even if I don't like the story itself. Well, people change. You were different back then. That makes sense that people would change. To be honest with you, Sue, I've been begrudgingly watching the old web series as well, mostly to prepare myself for more spying and for future commentaries that the creator might make us do. And you have changed a lot. For the better, I feel. You're a lot more open now. You're not as closed off. So yeah, you've definitely changed for the good. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you think I changed for the better. I still have my moments, though. So, could you please stop beating yourself up over that Vulcan pinch? You didn't even hurt me, okay? I know I didn't hurt you that night, but it was still a jerky thing for me to do. I was deliberately scaring you. And I had enough time to calm down. Honey, just let it go. What happened, happened. You didn't hurt me. I'm over it. There's no point in beating yourself up over it anymore, okay? Well, alright. I'm not going to unplug this yet because it's still doing the drying, but I'll move the dishwasher back later. Well, I noticed that we have a bit of an audience. Has he been fed yet? No, I haven't fed him yet. I'm actually surprised he hasn't been being demanding. But I figured after I was done doing this, we could feed him. Well, if that's the case, I think I'll order the food now. So then that way, by the time the food comes, he will have already eaten and he'll be less likely to misbehave. Alright. Thank you, pet. You're welcome, Sue.